We're talking about the work environment that you are in. Many of you are on the road, and maybe you don't get into the office that much, but you do occasionally. You got to go in for a couple of reasons, and that whole workforce structure is really very interesting because if you got a great workplace structure, camaraderie, a sense of belonging, purpose, mission, then it's going to make it a much more pleasurable experience for you out there on the road because, you got a support system in place. People at the office, they've got your back when it comes to problems, dilemmas you may be running into on the road. Mike Thompson is on board, a specialist in this. And, Mike, thanks very much for joining me on the show. Let's get your website out where folks can look you up, read up on what you do, and even the old-fashioned way by rotary phone or phone or flip phone. How can they find you?
Yeah, you bet. So thank you, Mark. So, we're Learner Mobile is the name of our organization, and you can find information on us at www.learnermobile.com, and there's a phone number listed there as well if you want to pick up the phone to learn more.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you, man. Appreciate you joining me on the program. Mike, I know that people learn at their own pace. Everybody learns differently. Different learning skills come into play. And how do you see the future of, say, curriculum development or writing or, getting people trained on new things? It's a changing world. So do companies have to realize that and say, okay, maybe we need to change things to fit this a little bit better for those that are coming on board? Is the education model, in other words, continually evolving over time?
Yeah, it better. I mean, it better because, gosh, the world is moving fast. And we live today where the speed of business has never been faster. The competition has never been more fierce. And because of that, too, we demand so much from our workforce, so much more. And our workforce is busier because of it as well. So no longer can we rely on these traditional ways of developing skills, the long form, the 2-3 day offsites, the 6-month-long programs. What we've really got to embrace today, and what the best organizations are doing, is they're embracing this new type of skilling up. And that really involves being learner-centric, not administrator-centric or facilitator-centric, but learner-centric. And that just means that we better know who's on the other side, who's learning, and what they prefer. What's the learning style that they prefer? Are they a visual learner? Are they a reader? Do they have to actually roll up their sleeves and start messing with things to learn? So just that learner-centric mentality is important, and then making avenues for those people to learn in the way that they prefer. The other thing that companies are doing now is just this idea, no more long-form learning. It's all micro-learning now. It's bite-sized. It's 5 minutes or less, sometimes 3 minutes or less. And the other thing is it better be on demand. People want to learn when they have time to learn, when they want to learn, and for how long they want to learn, and then they want to leave it and go do their job. So learning in the flow of their work, learning in the flow of their life is really, really important today. It's something that we really champion at Learner Mobile, that learner-centric, bite-sized, on-demand learning in the flow of your life, and we've seen a lot of success with that, and people seem to really appreciate that.
Well, let me ask you this. Say I'm trucking company ABCDE, and I reach out to you and say, okay, can you put together truck driver training curriculum on this subject or that subject? So in other words, somebody contacts you, you can tailor, customize that curriculum to fit that need? How do you do that?
We do it every day. We do that for thousands of companies all over the world. And so basically we have instructional designers, graphic designers, media production people, and their job all day long, every day, is to develop award-winning training in that format that is so easily digestible and so easily applicable and so easily measurable. And it's just not as hard as it used to be, Mark, and it's not as expensive as it used to be. So there's no excuse anymore for people not to provide those skill-up opportunities to their workforce that helps them grow and helps them succeed.
Yeah, people want their work to have meaning, don't they? Is that the bottom line?
Yeah, I mean, it used to just be I work for a paycheck, and that's not the case today. They want the paycheck,
absolutely.
Sure, but they also want their work to matter, and it does matter. And in the past, I don't think that we put much effort into understanding how people could feel that sense of significance, of meaning, and I think it's just important today. Again, we have more choices today. We have more opportunities. You mentioned recruiting and retention before we broke last time, and isn't it so essential for trucking organizations? That's the name of the game. You better recruit really, really well, and you better retain, and the way to do that is make sure that people feel like you care for them, people feel like they have opportunities in front of them, and that it's more than just a job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the companies cannot let their foot off the throttle. They got to keep moving forward, changing. As times change, people change, and they've got to be able to stay up with it. Sir, thank you very much. I got to get ready to wrap it up, and great to have you on board offering some insight into this. I'm doing some additional interviews about this as well. So thanks for contributing. Mike Thompson is on board. And, Mike, one more time before I let you go, let's get your website out there and phone number as well. Where can folks find you?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's a pleasure being on the show. The website is learnermobile.com.